clear it out. I feel like Superman, I tear it down. Call as a quarterback, I send him out. I feel to air it out, air it out. I hate to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman, I tear it down. Call as a quarterback, I send him out. Take off, I'm on a rocket, a space dog. Bought a new car from Elon, wanna race. I've been asking how long is it gonna take. I've been cracking the car, had to break the safe. I've been writing my wrongs, had to change my ways. I was stuck in one place, so I had to shake. They try holding me down, but I found my way. Roddy Rich and so bicycle love me. Ride away till my heart went on ice again. Find the balance, my patience been going thin. In the field every day till I reach the end. Popping up on your side like we out of bounds. Ain't no way that they think that it's stopping now. I've been waiting for my turn to come around. I've been waiting for my turn to come around. Air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman, I tear it down. Call as a quarterback, I send him out. I feel to air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman, I tear it down. Call as a quarterback, I send him out.
What's up, football fans, and welcome to the Air It Out podcast brought to you by Inside the Hashes. I am your humble, gracious, and handsome host, Avery, and I am joined here. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. How many weeks is it? Who's keeping track? How many weeks is it? 7? We had 7? 7 weeks in a row with the gang all here. Y'all taking this Air Out way too seriously now. Hey, listen. I ain't gonna point no fingers at nobody, but the streak was almost ended. It was almost ended. Okay, I ain't pointing no fingers though, but we here. You ever say we here? Air it out at the dark. Yes. Listen, we about to make it a hashtag, a running hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. All right, listen, I've got a panel full of amazing analysts, and I want to introduce them to you. Darius, say what's up to the folks.
Listen. We teasing. You think the streak gonna end 1 week, and then we just click that live button, and next thing you know, we live. We gotta give y'all. We gotta give the suspense.
We
like,
just here,
and next thing you know, we back. But I'm happy, guys. Next Thursday, the NFL draft.
That's correct. So the Air It Out podcast will not be live next week. I'm letting you know now. We will be drafting, but tune in. Because we still will be having yes.
NFL draft is next week. I'm excited. I'm ready to talk football. We had a great show, man. I'm ready. Let's get it.
Oh, for sure. Listen, we are definitely going to be live. Inside the Hashes will absolutely be live. So make sure this is too late for Kirk Cousins primetime hours right now. That's good. I think that person is running from his bunny friend. I'll be in the Motor City next week. That's right. Chris got his media credentials will be in the Motor City at the draft. Shout out to you, Chris. Again, go check out the Run It Back podcast. That is your boy Chris right there. Coach, say what's up to the people, man. How you feeling? You heard what wifey said. She said it.
I didn't want it to happen. It happened. This is what it is. Don't blame me. Blame the person, over this side. Just saying. This side. But, hey, we here. I can't wait to get it started. And, shoot, I'm not going to lie. That first topic we got ready it's kind of spicy. I love it.
Okay. All right. Giving a little teaser there. I see you got the Ravens jersey in the background. It's incorrect. Oops, did I do that? I'm sorry. Sorry. My bad. Juan, say what's up to the folks.
What is Meanwhile, my wife's in the background watching Scrubs.
I love it.
Good to be back for seven straight weeks. You can't keep these kind of streaks alive even on Snapchat. So take that, you failed social media app. The Air It Out podcast never dies, even when it's after dark.
I like it.
And a quick reference from a man there. This is Air It Out podcast in the morning.
You see what you do? That was smooth there, Juan. I
love
it.
It.
That was very good. Very good. You should think about taking up a singing career, okay? Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the what is that? What is that thing? Oh, it's not the karaoke podcast. You know what? I found out we've been saying karaoke wrong like the entire time. It's not how you say it.
There's
What is
another
that?
way.
It's not how you say karaoke.
Do you know the way?
What?
I don't know how to say it like perfectly, but it's not karaoke. So just putting that out.
What?
Anyway, it's not the karaoke podcast, it's the Air It Out podcast, where we talk to you all things pro football. So we want to get into some pro football today. And I just got a very, very simple question, okay? This week, we've been seeing some new drops, okay? Some new drops, new unis have been dropping, new helmets, new logos, this and that. And I want to know if you guys think they are hot or not. Hot or not on these unis. I want to know what you guys think. Darius, tell your team that you're not getting AJ Brown.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Can I say this? Can I say this? All I'm saying is he wanted to be a Patriot. He wanted to get drafted by the Patriots. That's all I'm saying. So I'm
He
saying.
wanted to play
Yeah.
with Tom Brady.
Yeah, wait.
When he was
Howie-
with Tom
Howie-
He wanted to play with Tom Brady.
We
I
wanted
want to give
championships,
Howie
and
some
that's not
respect.
happening
He's
there
not
for
a
a while.
finesse. Howie not a finesse, so we might get finessed, but we getting AJ Brown or wide receiver run. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Carry on. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
He
Carry
wanted
on.
to play
Listen,
with Patriots.
Carry on.
listen. You're
Carry
not
on.
you're not just gonna carry on this conversation. Okay, this isn't like
Who's throwing
him
him
wanting to
the
get traded. He's just
Don't worry
saying the
about that.
Patriots because he's not
Worry
happy
about
with
Kirk
the
Cousins.
Eagles right now because he feels like he's not being enough of a star. All right,
Well,
no,
are we
you're
really
not.
about to
He's
try
using
to-
your team as a ploy to try to get more attention with the
You
Eagles.
worry
Just
about your
stop.
quarterback
Just
talking
stop.
about some wild stuff. Aaron Rodgers
You're
got a lot of
worrying
stuff
about a
going
player
on.
that's not even on your roster.
Aaron Rodgers got a
What
lot of
is
stuff
going
going on
on?
right now.
At
Aaron
least
Rodgers
he's on
got a
my
lot of stuff
roster.
going
At
on right
least
now.
he's getting paid by my team to play. You're fawning up for a guy that's on coach's team right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers got a lot of stuff going on. Your quarterback is controversy.
It's spicy in
And
here
your
already.
ex-head coach can't get a
That's
job.
all I'm saying. First he running for VP, then he talking about this, then he talking about that.
You have your owner actively
football.
sabotaging the greatest coach in NFL history.
Bro,
Quite
your
literally.
your
No, you
quarterback
got your
has-
owner literally calling the Falcons like, yeah, no, don't hire this
Yo,
guy.
that was false.
Yeah,
That was false.
he's gonna
That
be
was false.
crazy.
That was
He's gonna be
false.
crazy.
That was false. That was false.
You are
That was false.
dishonoring your
can't
organization
believe all
is
these
dishonoring
reporters.
the greatest NFL player of
You
all
can't
time.
believe all these
Greatest
reporters.
NFL coach of all time.
You can't believe all these reporters. That's all I'm saying.
You can't.
Go ahead, coach.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I would love to talk about whether these jerseys is hot or not.
Okay, well, let's get into these jerseys, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with the Detroit Lions. Okay, the Detroit Lions. Do we think that these jerseys, these new uniforms, are hot or not? We were talking about the Motor City, so let's see. What do you guys think? Check them out. You got Aiden in there. You got Jared in there. You got Amon Ra in there. What do you guys feel about these uniforms? Hot or not? I'm going to start with you since you are there. The 1+1.
We have been hyping these jerseys here at my station for like the last couple weeks or so. And then the fact that they got leaked because a USA Today website featured a Fanatics ad that showed the jerseys already is just insane, first off. But nevertheless, these are, can you pull them back up, baby? Pull them back on the screen.
Absolutely.
These are just beautiful designs. Look at the gradient pattern on the jersey. That looks like a metallic feel, perfect for like a Motor City feel. Gone is the unnecessary gray lines. They wanted it to be silver, but it was honestly gray, as well as that weird WCF logo for an owner that not a lot of people here in Detroit actually loved. Actually, like the former owner, like everyone hated him because he represented an era of losing. So that patch is gone. But I think like the number one thing that everyone loves is the black on blue pattern here by Amon-Ra St. Brown. That beautiful blue helmet with the black lion coupled with that beautiful black jersey is just amazing. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be the hottest selling jersey in the offseason, man, simply because of the drip. A lot of people were nervous about getting black jerseys back.
That's funny.
Like Chris Cook.
It
Chris is
does
cooking
not
right
mean
now.
it does.
He's
Okay,
in the
let me say this.
kitchen.
A lot of fans were
Mhm.
nervous that black jerseys were going to come back because black jerseys in Detroit represent an era of losing. But these are done amazingly well, and you can bet your behind. I am going to be buying one of these jerseys. I don't know when, but I will, and I already know which one I got in mind. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I'm not mad at it. Talk to us, Coach. How do you feel about the black? Well, not the black jerseys, because I already said the black jerseys because that's the one everybody leans to. But how do you feel about the Lions jerseys overall?
Overall, I understand our mid comment. And that is because for me, other than some smaller details that unless you are a true Detroit Lions fan or someone that truly loves jerseys, you're not going to notice them per se as much as a lot of people would. So I think the smaller changes, yes, they're great, but it's not that much of a difference when it comes to their colors. They already had pretty cool jerseys just due to the color anyway. That Honolulu blue is actually pretty nice. That with the gray and the silvers, I love the combination anyway. So those were always pretty dope. But yeah, let's really be honest. It's that black right there, man. That black and blue with the helmet and let's go back to the color rush and just put that on. That would have been amazing. That would have oof. Or can we get a night game for the Lions with that? A night game with the Lions for that? A heavy hitting team, maybe a defensive team. Oof, that would be lovely to see. That's just me. But again,
a night game on grass with that. That's
imagine the green grass stains the dirt on that thing. Oh, they take me back. Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I like it. Darius, talk to us. Hot or not, what do you think about the unis for the Detroit Lions?
I like when we talk about the Detroit Lions and these other teams that are getting new uniforms, we're talking about a complete rebrand, right? They're like, these are the teams that a few years ago we weren't talking about them, right? And now as we see, not only are they competing, but they're putting out great content with the uniforms, how they present the uniforms. I like the gray on gray with the blue. That's my favorite Lions uniform. I think the color rush uniform, that's nice, but I think we can all agree that black, when they debut that black uniform, depending on when they debuted it, who they play, I think we're all going to be tuned in just off the uniforms itself. We're not ever going to pay attention to the game. We're going to be so focused on the uniforms. Then we're going to be like, oh, wow, it's the Detroit Lions. Then we're going to remember it's the Detroit Lions playing. The complete rebrand that this team has done in the last 3 years since Dan Campbell has been there. And I know it's a lot of behind the scenes people there, but just a complete rebrand, not only for that team, but for that city is truly amazing. I love the uniforms. And as a fan, I love where that team is going. They're only going up from here. They can only go up from here. They can't go back down. They literally can go up from here. Now, when we talk about the Detroit Lions, you see them on your calendar, you're circling that team. You're like, this is a team that we have to take seriously. They were the laughing stock of the NFL. Now they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Going into next season and the seasons moving forward. So, but I love the uniforms. I think every last one of them are hot, and I can't wait to see them debut every last one of them, especially if they keep that gray on gray with the blue. That'll be chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
In the words of Deion Sanders, look good, feel good, play good, and these look good, man.
Let them cook. Yes, let them cook.
I can't wait to see what the blueberry combination is going to be, especially. Fun fact, last year, Detroit was undefeated in blueberry. So, like, blue jersey, blue pants. Let's see how that combination goes with these new years.
And if you play sports like we all did, you believe in superstitions. If I wear these certain pants or whatever.
Not to mention, like, the blue jersey especially, major throwback to the Barry Sanders style jerseys that they had back in the 90s. So you're getting that nostalgia factor going into it, too. Imagine wearing that 20 in that style now. Man.
Listen, I'm going to say what everybody's thinking. The two on the right there, Aiden Hutchins and Jared Goff, solid. Not too much change, but some noticeable changes, but nothing crazy. But these black ones, Oh, the heat that emulates from these black ones. The fire that protrudes from these black ones. These are absolutely off these are listen. These are smoking like these are hot. These are fire.
You
I
wanted
don't
to
care
say
what.
off the chain, and it was worth saying off the chain.
These joints is off the chain. Like these joints is crazy. These joints. Listen to me. My only gripe is if you look at the sleeve, right? I really kind of wish that was the silver. Instead of the blue stripe, give me the silver stripe there. I'm not mad at the blue though. I'm not mad at it at all. But if it was a silver stripe, that might have
Put the
been
silver where the white is.
What
Put
if
the
it
silver
was like
where the
instead
white
of that
is.
white line, you keep the blue, but
that
the
would have been a
silver
little bit
Yup.
freaky. That'd have been a little bit freaky. I'd have been like, hold up,
Also,
you're acting different. You know what
My
I'm
brother
saying?
just sent me this for Detroit for the draft coming up. Apparently, Eminem is expected to make a splash at the draft, so we might see Slim Shady come out for the NFL draft. You know, he might even announce the Lions pick. I don't freaking know.
I feel you. I can dig it. Listen, I want to see him in the black jersey though. I know that much.
Hey, I got a simple question for you guys. You name me one black jersey that has gone wrong in the NFL.
This is true. This is true.
We
Previous
have the
Lions
Lions
jerseys.
now, which we see is going to be
None.
fire.
Well,
We have my Ravens. We have the Eagles.
the Cardinals
We have
black
the
jerseys.
Falcons.
The Cardinals black jerseys were like,
But it wasn't bad.
It wasn't
They're not
bad, but it was like,
They're
I
the
mean, I
last
like
of the bunch. Ho!
Ooh,
I'm over here trying to help and promote brotherly love between y'all other birds. Don't do that.
I will say this.
Especially when our black
will
is
say,
better.
I think okay. I will say
Especially
this,
when our black
and this
is
is not
better.
a shot. It's not a shot to Jerome. I don't like the Eagles black jerseys. I think they are just not necessary. Like whenever I look at them, I just think it's just ugly. Like what? Like, especially with the Kelly green, it doesn't work for me.
I think I actually like them. I like them a lot, actually. That's the only Eagles jersey I would get. Well, no, I would get the old school Kelly green too, but it would have to be a Vic joint, or a Reggie White. I just want to show this comment. This just shows you how much of a graphic designer Jerome is. Like nobody else is making this comment. Nobody else is making this comment. Shout out to Jerome, really understanding and executing and being an expert in his craft. Cars black with the red lighting is great. I'm not saying this. I'm saying like the hype around it wasn't like it was like all right when they dropped. It was like all right, they cool. Like we already seen it before with the Falcons. It's like all right, we seen the red and black. It's like, all right.
And I think that's what also messed it up.
I think if they did it first, I think it'd be like, oh. But the Falcons that already did, like, all right.
Also, the Falcons had, you know what? I ain't even gonna say that because I actually still want to.
Jerome, don't do that. Don't do that, Jerome.
Yeah, no. But again, I do want to ask my question, gentlemen.
What's the question?
Our jerseys, which is out of the last few years, who had the best jersey?
The best new drops.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even talked about the other new drop that popped out.
I'm sorry. We gotta talk about that one.
We gotta get to the other.
Talk about that one.
We gotta get to the other drops first. We gotta get to the other drops first. But I'm definitely gonna come back to that question. So let's get to the next drop. And you know, we got a resident fan here, so he's gonna have to go last on this one. Sorry.
Oh, what is that? What is that? It looks the same.
Oh my. Okay.
What do you mean that looks the same?
The same.
You gotta go last one. All right, let's go, Darius. Since you got so much
As a
about
Pats fan, it hurts my heart to say this. Those old Jets jerseys that they wore like the early 2000s, the Chad Pennington jerseys, I actually like those jerseys, the green pants and the white. Like those jerseys to me were nice. These jerseys are okay. I do like their black on black with the green. I like the white on white. Those jerseys, like they're okay, nothing crazy. I mean, I feel like they could have did a little bit more, but I do love those throwback Jets jerseys. The green pants, white with the New York Jet. Like those jerseys were nice, you know, going up against them back in the early 2000s. But I mean, like again, outside of the black on black jersey, because you can't really go wrong with black on.
Ouch, Darius.
You can't go wrong. So
You just hurt my heart.
but like if I had to rate them, I'll say like a 5.
He said throwback jerseys early 2000s. Ouch.
I'm saying, you know, we might have some younger viewers in here.
Yesterday, Darius. I'm not that old. Dang, that's crazy. Early 2000s is considered.
I'm saying like the Chad Pennington, even the Mark Sanchez era, like those Jets jerseys.
Wait,
those Jets jerseys.
You talking what?
Juan, you know what I'm talking about. Those Jet jerseys were nice.
You said 09.
Those jerseys were nice. That's all I'm saying.
You just killed this.
That was years ago. That was more than 10 years ago.
You just killed this, coach.
That was more than 10 years ago.
Wow. All right, coach. Talk to us.
Call me over, Darius. I love you, bro. But dang. Oh man, but let's be honest. Same picture, different team. Same picture, different team for me. That's really what it was. You have some honest jerseys where, again, the details, if you are actually a sports fan, a jersey fan, you're going to notice it. I see just by looking at it, it's a lot more bright, bold, and just simplified, which is cool for me. But again, it's just white and green and white. The only one that has that nice pop that people's wanting to see is the black and the green. Again, it's nothing wrong with the jerseys. We just seen it in Honolulu blue and gray and white though. So what's the difference? The color? I'm sorry, I love them, but it's the black jerseys. If everybody had a black jersey, we'd be solid. That's really what it is. Give everybody a black jersey. I'm here for it.
Okay. All right. Well, Juan, you are the resident Jets fan here.
Not everybody.
Defend yourself. Fight back.
Y'all don't know what those previous jerseys meant to this organization, to this fan base. And I don't mean that in a good way. Those jerseys, those really ugly college football, Division II college. Oh my God. Those ugly Division II looking college football jerseys that we had on before were just a representation of one of the worst eras in Jets football. All right. Like, it was just, they were disappointment. They were disappointment to watch on the field. They were disappointment to wear as a fan. I love the team, but I hated wearing those jerseys because they just looked so bad, so ugly. There's little shoulder stripe right here to make it look like it's supposed to be an airplane wing. No one got that reference whatsoever. The fact of the matter is that the black version and the white version of it wasn't any better either. So like it was just ugly all around. But I think the most egregious thing was the logo change that we had before. That ugly little fat football with the bubble letters that say New York Jets on it was terrible. But the new one, okay, I will say that Mark Sanchez era jerseys, like those were pretty classic as hell. But I also, as a Jets fan speaking, thought they were pretty dull. Bring back the image, everybody. Please. Let me just say one thing about this. Like this right here, this is clean. This is efficient. This is a throwback to the 80s where we had that great, beautiful, light, like dark green and white style that kind of amplified the 80s and the early 90s. Not to mention, look at the logo change. That's true Jets logo. Look at the airplane coming off of the J, the slick writing on the helmet. Not to mention, like it's so much better. It gives up a new start to a new era. Like this could be finally the start that Jets fans have been yearning for since 2010. And the jerseys are a great way to start that chapter.
Okay. Coach, talk to him.
They went ahead, made new helmets, and the helmets are dope, right? And then they showed it to A-Rod, and he basically said, hey, bring back corny jerseys. That's all I want. And he left it at that. Really simple.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Corny jerseys.
They didn't want to outdo the helmet. They couldn't outdo the helmet because that was the best part about it.
Well,
I mean, like that helmet. That helmet design is just spectacular, and the black helmet design to go with it, with the green Jets letters and the plane still on that design. Oh man, like I need to replace every piece of Jets memorabilia that I have with this new logo. Now you can wear a Jets logo and actually feel cool wearing it.
I'm gonna have to agree with Juan here. I actually like these. I absolutely love the new logo. I actually like the fact. So, like with Detroit, it's like okay, it's really the black ones. With this, I love the green and the black ones. Like those green jerseys, those are fire. I think those are absolutely tough. I love the logo on the green helmet. That looks absolutely. It's sleek. It just looks better. Like I love it. And obviously, you really can't go wrong with black and green, right? Like so. I mean, you can't go with black and whatever. Like black and yellow, black and gold, black and purple, black. It just fits, right? So I like them. I'm going to say if I gave him a rating to Darius's point, I'd give him like a 7.2 maybe. Solid, nothing crazy, but I'm gonna agree with Juan here. I wanted to make a joke to Juan, but Aaron Rodgers made me forget. That is funny. He does have zero swag. Like he has zero swag as a quarterback. It's the one bar like chin strap that he wears, like the one. It's like straight out of the 20s. It's bad.
Aaron Rodgers is the exception to the rule that you should look good to play good. I don't care how he looks or how he plays.
I feel you.
That man looks like
so let's jump to the next team. No uniform change, to my knowledge, but they've got a alteration to. That's hilarious. A alteration to their unis. The Brownies. Anybody notice anything different about the Brownies helmet there? Anybody notice anything? Anybody? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, they're switching to face masks. It's no longer going to be a black face mask. It's going to have a white face mask. Coach, what are your thoughts about it? It's in your division. What do you feel? Do you think this is going to make them more competitive? What's up?
I think when we beat them again this year, it does not matter to me whether they're going to have black or black. They're still going to have an L.
Okay, well, that was short, sweet, and to the point. Juan?
I like it. Like the black face mask on that just always looked out of place. It always felt like it was kind of like hiding in terms of just being a feature on the helmet. The white is so distinguished. It's another throwback to a successful era for what the Browns were back in the 80s and early 70s. Honestly, I love the return to roots. It's fantastic.
Okay. And Darius, what are your thoughts?
What are we really discussing? What is there to discuss? It's the Cleveland Browns. It's the Cleveland Browns. What are we discussing? Like, what are we really discussing? Like, show it again. Show it one more time. What are we discussing? It's the same thing. It's
okay.
sharper, a little bit cleaner. Like, that's it. Like, we're not really discussing anything. Like, it's the Cleveland Browns.
Like with this, it's also changed to the logo too.
That's all I'm saying. Like, if they add a logo to their helmet, now we're cooking. If they add one thing I like about uniforms, especially the helmets, is the logos. Like when you have your team's logo on your helmet, but it's the Cleveland Browns. Like, come on, it's the Cleveland Browns. Like,
Jerome.
That's it.
Jerome said,
"That's it." Let's get to the real uniform drop. Let's get to them boys.
Broke, just say y'all broke.
He said, "Tell me you're broke."
Yeah, if y'all broke, just say that. If y'all gave somebody a fully guaranteed contract,
tell me you're broke.
If y'all need help, just say that.
Sheesh. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say this. Jerome definitely does.
AJ Brown.
Jerome definitely does deserve better. So I'm be honest, man. I think the Browns have the worst uniforms in the league. I've never liked them. I hate their uniforms, yo. I hate them. I absolutely hate them
for a reason.
Bro. I hate them. Like, they're just so bland, bro. This brown and orange, cuz like, what are we talking about right now? I just don't like them. It's like it's a dark doo-doo brown and then orange. Like,
You hit him, man.
like, I don't like it. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it was smart.
My thing
of
is
the
this.
Cincinnati Bengals to switch out of brown to black when they did, because they were basically a carbon copy of the Browns when they started. The Bengals, I think, had the biggest uniform like upgrade in the last couple of years.
My issue is very simple. My issue is that I think it's not the brown, it's the orange. I think like if you found another color, I don't know what color to marry with it, but the brown and orange is no pun intended, poop. Like it's not cool. Like I don't like
it's
it.
Poop,
like,
poop or pumpkins.
I don't like it.
And I mean, sorry, if it's pumpkins or poop, I'm not like fearing neither one. Either I'm gonna eat you or you coming and just I'm flushing you down the toilet. Like it's a wrap. I'm not worried about you either way.
Let's move to another helmet that's a little bit more fire. H-Town. New helmet reveal, a new logo reveal. We're going to start with I'm going to start with you, Juan. What do you feel?
I think that this is the perfect helmet to wear during Tennessee Titans games. Because if you remember, the Tennessee Titans were the Houston Oilers, and they had that baby blue red pattern going for when they were there. The fact of the matter is the Houston Texans, when they wear this helmet, like against the Tennessee Titans, and then the Tennessee Titans come in wearing their Houston Oilers jerseys, like, bro, we're looking at like not just a fashion showdown, not just a division rival showdown, but a fashion ownership showdown. I love the Royal H with the star on there. You're claiming ownership of that retroness, man. I want to see it duke it out in the field.
I like that take, Juan. I absolutely love it. Throwback Oiler jerseys on the Titans with the new helmet on the oh my God. I'm like you, Coach. I'm tuning in, or Darius, I'm tuning in just for the fashion statements alone for that game. That will be absolute smoke. Darius, talk to me. What do you feel about the new H-Town helmet?
The Houston Texans have become the most talked about football team, not just in the state of Texas, but the NFL. We talked about their moves a few weeks ago. Now we're talking about their uniforms. And don't forget, they still got that red alternate helmet they got. So they got some, like the rebrand of this team, just from a coaching standpoint, chef's kiss. Then you add CJ Stroud, chef's kiss. Now you add Stephon Diggs, Daniel Hunter, chef's kiss. And then you top it off with the helmets. The Houston Texans are probably going to be talked about more than the Dallas Cowboys. And that's telling you something. So, America's team is not going to be talked about. We're going to be talking about them Houston Texans, not just because they made the playoffs last year, but because of the moves that they made and the uniforms that they're going to drop. And Juan, that game has to be either a Sunday night game or a Monday night game. You cannot make that a 1 o'clock game. It has to be prime time. Absolutely. If it's not prime time, we got to do something. Like
I wanted an NRG Stadium closed dome in the land where it all originates.
That's what I'm saying. Halftime performance, like game. That's got to be like a Super Bowl type of game.
Let me ask you something, Darius, because you brought this up twice. You said rebrand. Who's had a better rebrand in the last 10 years, the Texans or the Lions?
I'm going to give it to the Lions just because they made it to the NFC Championship game, and they were, I would say, a better, not better, but just a few decisions away from making the Super Bowl and potentially winning a Super Bowl. Like what the Detroit Lions did in the last 3 years, screw 10, but just 3 years, ever since Jared Goff has joined that team with Dan Campbell and that defense, like they literally went to the NFC Championship game and almost went to the Super Bowl, regardless if they won or lost the Super Bowl. Like, again, what they mean to that city of Detroit. It's not just about the team. It's about what you mean, the impact you make to a city and the impact I feel like they made to that city. Because Houston has the Astros, the Rockets, they have different teams. Like Detroit, the Pistons, come on. But just like the Lions, what they've done, how they brought that city back to being like just a sports town in a sense. I would give it to the Detroit Lions, and it's just a slight edge because of what they've done last season. That's all I'm saying.
Am I tripping? I thought the Jags were the newest team. Did the Texans come after the Jags? I might have them backwards. Jerome, you might be right, but I thought the Jags were the newest team. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, it's the Texans.
It's a rebrand as far as the rebuild, or a bit of rebuild. Like who's had a better rebuild? I'm gonna give it to the Lions just because of the success they had and what that team means to the city in the last couple of years.
Gotcha. Okay, I stand corrected. All right, excellent. Well, Coach, talk to us.
No, wait, hold on. Before I do, Texas was 02. 99 was Jaguars and Panthers.
Okay, cool. I thought I was tripping because they had got David Carr as their number one selection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was all right. Cool.
He was a dog. He was.
Coach. But let's be honest, gentlemen. These helmets with that all navy blue with the little bit of red on the sleeves, that is the uniform. That is what you wear that with. Let's be very honest. That dark navy blue with that helmet right there with the all white bit of red. Ooh, that one right there. That's their one.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's the one for them.
I do like the all white. I wouldn't mind the
all white with them Johns.
I wouldn't mind. I actually wouldn't mind the red jersey to make the red in the helmet pop out just a little bit more.
Just the red jersey with the blue pants. Blue helmet, red jersey.
I don't even know.
Red. I think that would be the combo right there.
Red jersey, red pants, just to make the red
much,
and then give the red. Then with the red mouthpiece.
Hey, listen.
I don't know. I gotta see it.
Run from bull, or are you trying to be the bull?
I mean, they already got the horns, so.
Then let them be the bull. They can't be running.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I gotta see it though. But it'll definitely be interesting to see. For me, I'm going to say that these are absolute heat. Like I love this joint. Like these are absolutely fire. I love the Royal H. I love the star. I love the fact that the red pops out just enough so it's not like too much of a contrast to the blue. I love the fact that like they didn't stray away too far from like their color base, color palette, or anything like that, but they also give you a different feel. Juan, you brought up the Houston Oilers. That's exactly what I felt. That's exactly what I felt when I saw this helmet. I'm like, yo, this is like either an ode to or a shot at, and I love it either way. It's absolutely fire. So yeah, I think these are definitely fire. If I had to choose like my favorite overall pick from the jerseys and the helmets, these would be number one, and then the Detroit Lions black jersey would be number two for me. But those helmets are absolutely smoking hot. I love it. The helmets only fit the Titans more, in my opinion. Listen, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like you're not wrong at all. However, it also does fit the Texans too. Like I think, but you're right. It fits the Titans more. Giving New Orleans vibes, just blue and red. Okay. So he's talking about like, yeah, okay. I can see it. I'm not mad at it. But definitely give me old school Oilers. That's immediately where I went. I'm like, I like that. Okay, y'all. Listen, we've been running with this theme. We've been doing off-season reviews, okay? And so we're going to keep that trend going. We're going to jump right in with the AFC West, okay? We're going to do our off-season review. What do you feel? Give us your grade. We're going to start with Juan. Since you have the jersey on, we're going to give you the Broncos, sir. What do you feel about the Broncos off-season? One more time, though.
We might need to bring this. We might need to bring this fit discussion back later because the Broncos will also be debuting new jerseys later this year. Hello,
and this one is for Jerome. All right,
my
so
God.
talk to us. Broncos offseason review. Give us your grade.
I'm giving them a C because it has just been kind of like a lackluster. This is not an off season to get better. This is an off season to get worse for the Denver Broncos because they're literally starting from scratch. Some of the additions that they made have been mostly in house, bringing back Will Lutz and Adam Troutman and and inside the hashes interviewee that we have. Bringing Brandon Jones from the Miami Dolphins is a great sign. He's been one of the more underrated safeties to play in that Miami secondary, so you're coming in to reinforce there. Malcolm Roach, one of the better run stuffers in the NFL, but just isn't an all-down kind of defensive player. And then, but it's the losses that people are really focusing on. You lose Justin Simmons, one of the best safeties in the NFL, because that cap hit was going to be too much. You trade away Jerry Jeudy because he just wasn't producing to the first-round grade that you brought him on. You release Russell Wilson. He signs with the Steelers, and you're still paying $85 million off his contract this season. And then, not to mention, you now have Courtland Sutton, your premier number one receiver, sitting out voluntary workouts because he wants a new contract. That's after you reworked your other wide receiver, Tim Patrick, to his one-year deal. They can't still sign Justin Simmons back, but it's been a month. Why haven't they signed Justin Simmons back, Jerome? It just hasn't happened. And then, as for draft needs, you look around that roster, there's not a – I got the eyes going. Oh, wow. Really? You give me that treatment now? You really giving me that right now? I'll end it with this.
Oh, that was for Jerome. That was for Jerome.
you like drafting to come. Like, look.
Yeah.
You lost with the Giants right now, my guy. Like, he ain't come back. Not after they traded him for what was a failed 2 years of Russell Wilson. I will say, let me end up with this, guys, just to make it quick. Draft needs, throw a dart at the team wherever it is. It's going to land. It's an absolute need. Whether it's a second quarterback to go up against Patrick Surtain, whether there's a solution to your quarterback situation, a tight end, everything is on the table here. Unfortunately, the draft capital is not there to address it, especially at 12th overall. Who would you take at that position at that point? It's going to be interesting to see how Denver navigates this lost season.
Be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Darius, talk to us. You have got the Chargers.
What is really there to talk about, right? You lose Austin Eckler. You trade Keenan Allen. Outside of Jim Harbaugh, you literally give you let your young quarterback, whose security blanket is Keenan Allen, who's arguably one of the best route running wide receivers, can put up 100 catches, can put up 1,000 yards, and again, this is a security blanket. You trade him for a 4th-round pick. You got the 6th overall pick in a deep wide receiver class. So maybe you go wide receivers, maybe you go Malik Neighbors, maybe you go offensive tackle. But what have the Chargers done? It's like the AFC West. All they've done is keep in-house free agents. There's a Perriman, you keep him, right? You bring in a quarterback to back up your franchise quarterback. And then you bring in a guy who just won a national championship. And the Chargers have cap space. So my thing is, why aren't they spending it? Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they're going to spend it next offseason as it rolls over. I don't know. But if I have to give the Chargers a grade, it'll be a C-. And it's only because they got Jim Harbaugh, right? We know what type of coach he is when he's in the NFL. He has a Super Bowl appearance. He's won a national championship. But again, you lost Austin Eckler, who you didn't want to pay. You traded Keenan Allen for a 4th-round pick. Who is Justin Herbert going to throw to? Who is he really going to throw to? Doesn't really have a running back, but you bring in J.K. Dobbins on a 1-year deal, who we know, who when healthy, is a solid running back. You pair him up with Gus Edwards, who, when you think about it, that could be a lethal 1-2 punch. And now, if the Chargers are going to be a team, which Jim Harbaugh said, they're going to run the ball, take a little bit of pressure off Justin Herbert, you got a solid 1-2 punch. But who is he going to throw the ball to? It's going to be fun and interesting to see who they draft at number 6, if they decide to trade back to stockpile some picks. But if I had to give him a grade, it would be a C-.
Okay. I will say, if J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards were the lethal 1-2 combo that they're being made out to be in Los Angeles, they would have been that way in Baltimore.
I mean, they kind of were. Just JK got hurt. That's all I'm saying. Darren knows JK got hurt.
All right,
healthy, he's good.
Coach, we'll turn to you for the Raiders. Talk to us. Off-season grade.
The Raiders. I gotta say it like that. I'm sorry. It's so natural. It comes so fluently.
It's perfect.
B- to a B. B- to a B. They made a lot of very, very solid moves. They still have some few holes to fill, and I feel like in the draft they can really go ahead and really fill some of them holes. Honestly, I like Blake Corum going to the Raiders, not to the Chargers. Raiders need a running back. But one of the things they already did get, they got Christian Wilkinson from the Dolphins. Let's not act like he's not a beast, people. That is a defensive tackle that's going to plug the middle on runs, that's going to disrupt in the pass game. He's going to be a leader on that team when he comes in as a vet. He's the guy that they needed in that locker room. And then to be able to pair him with now Max Crosby coming off a career year, Malik Combs, who at the rookie had 8 sacks. That was a solid year for a rookie in his first season coming off. I'm just saying. And then the worry was, how are the Raiders going to help shore that up? Well, they bring back Adam Butler and they bring back Jenkins, both a starter and a backup who combined to have, if I'm not mistaken, almost 10 sacks. That is a solid D-line with depth right there, along with young talent and older talent that's going to help them. Now, the secondary, the BBs, they didn't do as much, but if we're looking at the end of the year, that DBs, they were starting to gel. Jack Jones is starting to come on a little bit as a solid corner again. And Trayvon Moehrig, Marcus Epps, they showed fight. That's all I can say. They showed fight. They still need help back there. Don't get it twisted. So definitely attacking that, and then the draft is going to help. But let's be honest. They still have Devontae Adams. Jacoby Myers is at least a solid or a respectable number 2. And listen, I really, really love the signing of this person. This person mainly to make it a B- to a B. Antonio Pierce. If you can sign a coach that your players are willing to play for, that is 70% of the job, in my opinion. Because that coach is going to get the best out of almost every single one of his players if they want to actually play for him. Again, they made solid moves. They still got a lot of holes to fill in certain areas, but that one right there, Antonio Pierce, and getting a Gardner Minshew, somebody that can at least be a competent quarterback, it's solid. It's solid. Got to give them what they deserve.
I will say, like, the new quarterback in the building, Gardner Minshew, I love that he is kind of like just goes with the flow kind of guy. He comes in wearing a T-shirt that says "Little A *** man" because Max Crosby called him that in the middle of an old Raiders game. The man's got a sense of humor. You know he can relate to people. Gardner Minshew is one of the more interesting quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm glad he's with the Raiders. I think he's in the perfect place for his personality.
Man, listen, 2 years at the Jaguars, and he almost has the same stats as Trevor Lawrence in 3. I'm sorry, but Gardner Minshew should have been a starter, and he should be a starter somewhere in the NFL. Might be deserve it. I think he at least deserves to get a full chance at a full year again. That's my opinion. Better team around him, he would do a lot better.
Okay. I like it. Over under on the Chargers. I'm gonna say under. We all say under, but let's not forget undrafted. So let's just put that out there, right? There's undrafted. You can still get signed.
I think if Harbaugh had his way, he would draft Marvin Harrison at 5. If Harrison dropped that low.
I think he might be a little bit more petty than you're giving him credit for.
No. I'm
messing around. Oh, listen, Harbaugh wants to win. He cares about winning. I've got the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I'm going to give a solid B minus, maybe a B. There's like their off season has been like probably the hardest one for me to grade, to be honest. If I'm being honest, because like originally when I was going through, right, when I originally was going through, I was like, oh, C plus, right? Like but then I started doing a little more digging, started like kind of really looking into some things, and I'm like, maybe it's a B plus. Then I started doing even more digging, and I'm like, no, it's definitely not a B plus. I think I'm going to land on B minus. Again, you bring in Carson Wentz to back up Patrick Mahomes. Again, Carson Wentz at this point is just a serviceable backup at this point in his career. If Patrick Mahomes goes down, they have similar play styles. Obviously, Carson Wentz is a if you want to use the phrase, a broke man's version of that, right? But I mean, he can extend plays with his legs. He still's got a big arm. He's not as accurate, of course. He's not as shifty and he's not as mobile, but he's a big guy, hard to take down. Obviously, the issue is going to be decision making, right? You're going to question the decision making and different things like that. But you also, again, you get a serviceable backup. You bring in Mike Dana, and re-sign him to a 3-year deal. Again, that's just a solid guy, like a solid rotation player who has upside. B minus is too high because Rashid. Now they have to draft wide. Hollywood is only okay. People like talking like he's Tyreek Hill as a replacement, and that's the reason. And you're kind of getting ahead of my grade, or one of my reasons for their grade was the Rashee Rice situation. That's what brought it down from a B plus and brought it down from a B down to a B minus because Rashee Rice. The reason that it's not anything lower than a B minus is they still have this dude named Patrick Mahomes, right? And they said the same thing about Patrick. They were like, oh, he's not going to be the same guy without Tyreek Hill. What does he do? Go out and throw 50-plus touchdowns and win MVP without Tyreek Hill. Like, that's just, like, it's Patrick Mahomes. And so we've seen him do more with less, right? You bring in Hollywood Brown, still a serviceable receiver, and he is a speedster. And he had one of his the last 2 seasons actually has been 2 of his better seasons in the NFL. So you gotta, kind of gotta go with that. You re-sign Clyde Edwards-Helaire, again, serviceable backup to Isaiah Pacheco because of the running style of how Isaiah Pacheco runs. He's probably going to miss some time. Clyde comes in, knows the system. He's also a good receiving back out the backfield. I love re-signing Chris Jones. You absolutely make sure that he now retires a Chief. I think that is obviously the biggest move of their offseason, right? You want to make sure that he retires a Chief. I love Drew Tranquill coming over. I absolutely love that deal. I think he's just a really good player. And then the other one that I don't think people, and obviously, you lose your corner, and I'm gapping his name. Oh God, it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
Snead.
Thank you, L'Jarius Sneed. You lose him, but again, they're never a team that hung their hat on defensive back play in the first place, right? Like they want to get after the quarterback, they want to play, and they've got really good linebackers. As long as they that's funny. But there's one pickup that I think that people are overlooking, and I could absolutely see this person being the replacement if this guy decides to retire early or whatever. But they did sign Irv Smith Jr. And I don't think anybody, I don't think that's being talked about enough. I mean, you're talking about a very athletic tight end. He knows how to run routes. He's got good feet. He's got good hands. And he's going to be able to learn under arguably the greatest, if not one of the greatest tight ends in the history of football. And if, again, Travis Kelce decides to retire early, you've got somebody in Irv Smith who can immediately continue in that impact. I don't think he's as good as I think he's actually a better route runner than Travis Kelce. I don't think he's as smart as a route runner as Travis Kelce. He doesn't have the same wisdom. So I just, again, you can teach catching. You can teach catching. You can work on that. That's something that you can work on. So, and again, and that to me is going to be, I think it's really going to be a game changer for him. So that's why I give him a B-. I don't think they did anything extremely splash worthy, like that's going to change the trajectory of their team. But again, re-signing Chris Jones, who had like the biggest impact on the football field in the Super Bowl, I think that was just a great re-signing, I should say. So I'll give him a B-. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see if y'all got any. Okay, it is still Thursday. It's not midnight yet, so I want to see if y'all got any. Hot take Thursday. Okay, hot take Thursday. I want to know if y'all got any hot takes. Anybody have any? Talk to your boy.
I got one for you. And this is actually going right along with my Raiders. It's two. So I have a very, very strange feeling, but Blake Corum will be going to the Raiders in the second round. The Chargers will not be able to scoop him up. And not only will he go to the Raiders, but Gardner Minshew will start. Gardner Minshew and Blake Corum will both be up for Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
Blake Corum is going to be the engine that makes it run, and Gardner Minshew is going to have a Nick Foles 2013 type of season where he plays one of the best game manager games of his life, and he writes that ship to the playoffs.
Wow. That's spicy. I like that. That's a hot take.
Listen, Michael Myers, Zach Gentry at 6'8" at tight end, along with a Devontae Adams, a Jacoby Myers. Listen, they got it. They are a sneaky team if they can fill a few holes.
I like it. You ain't got to convince me. I like that. That's a hot take. I like
it.
I like
it. Saying, people.
I like it. Okay. Any other hot takes before I give mine?
You go first, man. I gotta think. I'm working on one.
I got a draft hot take. All right, I got a draft hot take.
Gardner Minshew.
Now you said Gardner Minshew.
Listen here. If Nick Foles could give you 27-2 in the season, that's I'm gonna tell you this now. Gardner Minshew. Listen again. Nick Foles that season. And I'm even give you a stat for you right now. I'm going to give you 28 touchdowns to 4 picks.
Okay. Listen, you're talking spicy in here, Doc.
Listen. I love the way he plays. People don't understand Gardner Minshew. When he first started, his first start, he went 22 or 25 with 2 tutties and a little bit over 300.
Hey, I'm gonna let you have it. Here's my hot take. I have a draft hot take. Draft another wide receiver. Wouldn't be surprised, but
Worthy
wouldn't be surprised. No, I think
could it be Worthy?
Here's my hot take. It actually has to do with the Falcons. The Falcons have two second round draft picks this year. Okay. My hot take is they trade those 2 second round draft picks to the 49ers. Why? Because the 49ers don't need their first round. They don't have a lot of holes.
I see where this is going.
Okay. They obviously have their top pick. They draft Dallas Turner, right? I think the Falcons take their 2 second round draft picks, trade back into the first round with the 49ers at back end of the second round. And they draft, because I think he'll be there, Braden Fisk. I think that happens. Grady Jarrett, Braden Fisk, Dallas Turner. Oh my.
One draft, huh? Whole new line in one draft.
Listen. Just saying, I could see it happening. And then you get a good corner in the third round.
So we're gonna see a whole lot of NASCAR this year with y'all.
I'm just saying.
A whole lot of NASCAR with them this year.
Listen, I don't know. That's my hot take. Is your hot take that I mean? Listen, I'm just saying. I can see it happening. Or they keep one of those second round draft picks. They trade one of those second round draft picks and a first round draft pick. Come back into the first round, get that D tackle, and then in the second round draft Ladd McConkey. Just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. The Falcons got some draft capital. Just saying. I don't know. So Jets drafting Bo Nix or no?
No, but I do have a hot take with quarterbacks though.
Okay.
So here's one thing. The Minnesota Vikings, they've been stockpiling for a huge trade up to at least the top 10, maybe the top 5 picks because they need a quarterback. Sam Darnold is not the answer for the Minnesota Vikings at quarterback. Let's call a spade what it is. So I'm saying they will trade their 2 first-round picks to the Los Angeles Chargers to move up to 5th overall and draft J.J. McCarthy with the 5th overall pick. They will buy into the Michigan hype and draft J.J. McCarthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Jerome literally, as it was coming out of your mouth, Jerome literally dropped that comment. Literally.
I know.
Beautiful.
Like, he's been wowing. I don't know how he's been shooting up draft boards, but this feels like the perfect situation for this to happen. They need a quarterback. JJ's looking like he's proving to be one of the top 2, the top 3, the top 4 prospects in the class. And the Vikings are desperate enough to go up and get him. Bypassing Bo Nix, bypassing Jaden Daniels.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, obviously, I can't remember his name. Goodness gracious.
This is about to be Mr. Trubisky with a good receiver.
He had a cannon. He was at the combine. Had an absolute rocket of an arm.
Milton.
He throws the fastest football out of the right, but JJ McCarthy, I think he was like second or third. I mean, he's got an arm. So
again, Mitchell Trubisky with a good receiver now and Justin Jefferson.
I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here for us at the Air It Out Podcast. We appreciate everybody jumping on. Please do me a favor. Go follow us on all your social media platforms. That's Inside the Hashes on Instagram and Facebook. But if you're looking for us on X or Twitter, that is Inside Hashes, okay? Inside Hashes on X/Twitter. Please do me a favor, go on over to our YouTube channel, okay? Make sure you like our YouTube channel, but subscribe to our YouTube channel also. And please do me a favor, turn on the notification button. That way you can get your comments jump into the chat just like you see. Joe Milton sucks. No comment. I'm going to leave it at what it is. He does have a rocket, though. Just saying. And then please do me a favor, go to the website, www.insidethehashes.com. Please, please, please. You're going to get everything that you need right there. Literally, podcasts and blogs and player interviews, all right there. Now, if you don't want to do all those different steps, I've got a workaround for you. All you got to do is scan the QR code right here that you see in this corner. Scan that QR code. Is going to take you exactly where you need to be for the 1+1 for Coach Braxton and for Mr. Darius Riddick. My name is Avery Collins. This is the Air It Out Podcast, brought to you by Inside the Hashes. And J.J. McCarthy will definitely get drafted, and might trade up for him if he stops patting the football. Because when you pat the football like Matt Ryan,
all I'm saying,
I'm going to use my platform for this right now.
Like,
Jets
you do the white, you do the green. I like the black on black with the green. It's a lot better.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
Imagine the Patriots.
I'm not doing this with y'all today.